Have you ever looked out at the vast blue ocean? It stretches on for miles and miles, deeper than our tallest mountains. We have explored its sunny surfaces and even journeyed into its dark, silent depths. But what if something truly enormous still lives down there, hidden from our sight? What kind of magnificent giant animal could be the true ruler of the world's oceans? This has fascinated people for thousands of years. It takes us from science to stories to myths to legends, where imagination roams free in the deep. This great mystery has a name, the Leviathan. Not just any sea monster, perhaps the most famous and powerful. A creature from stories told long, long ago. A beast of incredible size and strength, a true king of the sea. Sailors told of its immense shadow passing beneath their ships, blocking out the sun. An animal so grand it seemed like a god of the deep. The idea of a giant beast is not unique to one story. The story of the Leviathan is very old. We find its name in some of the most ancient books ever written, including the Hebrew Bible. In these texts, the Leviathan is not just a simple animal. It is described as a primordial creature, created by a higher power at the very beginning of time. It is a symbol of chaos and the wild, untamed nature of the world before order was established. The writings speak of it as a coiling, twisting serpent of the sea, a being of immense scale and power that no human could ever hope to conquer. These early mentions gave the Leviathan a special status, making it more than just a monster. It was a legendary figure woven into the very fabric of creation. Different cultures imagined the Leviathan in their own unique ways, but the core idea remained the same. It was a creature of awe-inspiring size. In some stories, it is a gigantic sea serpent, with a body so long it could wrap itself around the entire world. In others, it is more like a colossal dragon of the sea, breathing fire or causing massive whirlpools with the flick of its tail. These descriptions were meant to capture the sheer scale of the creature. Imagine a beast whose eyes glowed like burning coals and whose scales were like a shield that no weapon could pierce. When ancient texts describe the Leviathan, they do so with a sense of complete awe. It was not just big, it was invincible. The Book of Job, for example, paints a vivid picture of a creature that cannot be harmed. It says that swords are useless against its tough hide. It says that spears are useless against its tough hide, which is described as having rows of scales sealed together so tightly that not even air can pass between them. Arrows would simply bounce off its body. This description was meant to show that the Leviathan was beyond human control. It was a force of nature as unstoppable as an earthquake, as unstoppable as a hurricane, a creature that humans could only look upon with fear and admiration. The power of the Leviathan was not just in its defense. The stories tell of its incredible strength. It was said that the sea would boil and churn when the creature moved through it. Its breath could light coals on fire, smoke would pour from its nostrils. When it raised itself from the water, even the mightiest waves would seem small in comparison. These powerful images were designed to make people feel very small and powerless. The idea of a colossal sea monster did not disappear with the ancient world. The Leviathan has simply changed its name and its shape. Today, we see its spirit alive and well in our modern stories, especially in movies and books. Think of the giant creatures, often called kaiju, that rise from the ocean to battle on our cinema screens. These modern monsters, like Godzilla, share many traits with the ancient Leviathan. They are impossibly large, incredibly powerful, often emerge from the mysterious depths of the sea. They remind us that even in our high-tech world, the ocean can still produce wonders and terrors beyond our control. Just like the Leviathan, these modern sea monsters inspire both fear and awe. When a giant creature appears in a film, we feel a thrill of excitement mixed with a sense of dread. We are amazed by its sheer size and power, even as we watch it cause destruction. These stories tap into the same deep-seated feelings that the ancient legends did. They make us feel small and vulnerable, but they also fill us with a sense of wonder. The modern Leviathans that we see in movies are a continuation of a very old tradition of storytelling. So after all this time, we must ask the big question. Could the Leviathan or something like it actually be real? We have explored so much of our planet, yet the ocean remains its last great frontier. Over 80% of our oceans are still unmapped, unobserved, unexplored. In the crushing darkness of the deep sea where sunlight has never reached, we are constantly discovering new species that look like they come from another world. We have found the giant squid, a real-life sea monster that was once thought to be a sailor's myth. Could something even bigger be hiding down there, waiting to be found? Science tells us that a creature of the Leviathan's described size would be very difficult to support. It would need an enormous amount of food. Its body would have to withstand incredible pressure. However, the ocean has surprised us before. Time and again, we have found life in places we thought were impossible. Volcanic vents on the seafloor, the freezing waters under the polar ice caps. The natural world is full of wonders, and it is perhaps unwise to say that something is absolutely impossible. In the end, it may not matter whether the Leviathan is real or just a legend. The story itself is what is important. It keeps our sense of wonder alive.